and we're gonna go over with another rogue build. I went back to the Shadow Rogue, and the reason why is because the Twisting Blades rogue, in this case it's called the ShadowBlade, because they're using shadow imbuement, has been the best rogue build in the game, and I decided to give it a try. If you notice, I beat the game. A couple days ago, I beat the game. I didn't do all the side stuff because that was gonna take me way too long to do like all the side stuff. So I just went ahead and beat the game, and the reason why I did that was because I wanted to unlock World Tier 3 and World Tier 4. And the quickest way to do that is to just follow the story and beat the story, and then do all the side stuff and the end game content and everything else. I did unlock World Tier 3, which is what I'm on right now. I'm on World Tier 3. To unlock World Tier 4, I have to do the Capstone Dungeon in the Dry Steppes to unlock World Tier 4 and start getting ancestral items and unique items. In World Tier 3, you get Sacred. I have not gotten any uniques yet, but if you can see from the gear that I have like, yeah, I have Sacred Legendary Sword here, I have a Sacred Legendary Ring, Sacred Legendary Amulet, Sacred Legendary Helm, you know, so I'm getting a lot of Sacred Legendaries, but I haven't gotten any uniques yet, and uniques are the highest rarity in Diablo 4, so my chances are pretty slim. However, on World Tier 4, uniques are a little bit better to get, but like I said, they're very, very rare to get. The developers did confirm that there are 6 ultra rare unique items in the game, but they say that you can get the best chance of getting them is by doing World Tier 4 Nightmare Dungeons and defeating enemies that are level 85 or higher. So I'm only level 60, so I got quite a little bit of ways to go to get the unique items. I can get unique items at level 60, but the ultra rare unique items in the game, which are the most powerful items in the game, I can't get those until I'm at least level 85. So just letting you guys know out there that are trying to farm like the Grandfather, the Harlequin Quest, the Doombringer, you know, just to name off a few, you have to be at least level 85 to get those. So, yeah. And like I said, I have unlocked Nightmare Dungeons. The quickest way to do that, to get your very first one, is to go over to the Tree of Whispers over here, and then once you go to the Tree of Whispers, you'll see all of these pop up on your map. Like, you can do a dungeon, you can do all different kinds of, in this case, bounties. I call them bounties because it reminds me of the bounties that we did in Diablo 3. It's pretty similar to that. But what you do is complete them in a certain amount of time. There is a time limit. If you complete them, you get what they call Grim Favors. And the quickest way to get to 10 Grim Favors, which is what you need to fill the bar, once you get 10 of them, you go back to the Tree of the Dead, or the Tree of Whispers, I'm sorry, the Tree of Whispers. You will get a reward for filling up the bar. And that's the quickest way to get Nightmare Sigils the first time around, is to keep doing that until eventually you get one. I had to do it, I think, 2 or 3 times until I got one, and then I did a Nightmare Dungeon and all that kind of stuff. After you do it, I think I did it twice. I unlocked a side quest that took me back to Shad, which is where I'm at now, I went back to Kiowa Shad, and I went to the occultist over here, and it was a side quest that allowed me to craft, that's right, craft, nightmare sigils. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So you can actually craft these things, which I think is very, very neat. I really hope they don't remove it from the game, because, you know, since you can make these things, that's just awesome. And to show you guys again, I have a ton of nightmare sigils. Tons of nightmare sigils. And a new patch came out today, a new update, I should say, to where nightmare dungeons, they increase the experience you get from doing nightmare dungeons. So everybody's going to be doing nightmare dungeons now because they increase the experience that you get, which is awesome. They also said that they were working on the elite density for nightmare dungeons. So there's going to be more elites, which is everybody wants. That's going to be awesome. I'm very excited about that. And they also said in Hell Tides, defeating those wandering bosses, they are more likely to drop uniques and legendary loot. So that's another thing I'm gonna try out. So yeah, you go to the occultist guy here, and right there, the third one over, craft sigils, and you can even salvage sigils. You can enchant an item if you want to. It's craft sigils. So look at this. I can craft all the way to tier 20. You know, I can do that. It does cost a lot of gold, but you also need sigil powder to do that. And it even tells you the required will tier. So, so yeah, they break it down by tiers, and I can even go to an ancestral if I wanted to. However, ancestral, from tier 26 all the way to tier 100, 100 being the hardest, of course, that requires wheelchair 4. So I got a ways to go yet. So I got to be able to finish a tier 25 nightmare dungeon, no problem, before I do wheelchair 4. The highest one that I just finished was wheelchair. Was tier 4, I believe, was the highest that I could get.
Father bless.
So yeah, you can go to this guy, and you can craft nightmare sigils. I'm not gonna show you guys a nightmare dungeon because I'm pretty sure by now you guys know what a nightmare dungeon is and what, you know, the loot and the experience and stuff that you can get. As far as Hell Tides go, Hell Tides, they are very random. As of right now, it doesn't look like there's any Hell Tides that are active right now. What's this over here? Okay, some of these, if you see a region that is that's red, that means that is a PvP zone, or in this case, a field of hatred. So that's what that is. But if you see, yeah, if you see any of these PvP, as it says up there, that means you have to kill players. I did try to do that, but since it's a PvP zone, that means other players can kill you. So I'm not even gonna bother with that because I do not like PvP. I suck at it. But yeah, the other stuff that you can do, these change over time. So as you can see right there, it says expires in 60 minutes. So you got a full hour to do this if you want. If you run out of time, you can just look and see what else pops up. I always do the dungeons for the Whispers of the Dead. I always do the dungeons because they give you the most grim favors. So since you only need 10 of them, doing a dungeon gives you half of that. So I just keep doing the dungeons over and over to fill the bar, and then I go back to the Tree of Whispers to get the reward. So yeah, there's that. And now to focus on the build here. I was just going over the new stuff. Like I said, I am now level 60. And I got some sacred gear now, you know. I did do this. This was a rare, and I turned it into a legendary, which was pretty cool. I think you go to some either the occultist or somebody else to change a rare into a legendary. And I put the Edge Masters on that because the Edge Master is one of the legendary aspects that you need for the build. I don't remember the rest of them that you need because there are so many aspects you need for the build to really shine. So as far as gear goes, just oh, you do need Blade Dancer. Blade Dancer aspect is the most crucial one that you need for this build. It's the Blade Dancer. Since we're using Twisting Blades, that's the most one. So now we're gonna go to specialization. The specialization skill, you're gonna want preparation because we're gonna constantly be using Death Trap. So every 100 energy you spend reduces your ultimate skill by 4 seconds, and it resets the cooldowns of your other skills. So preparation is very crucial. Alright. First we're going to go over the skills, and then we're going to go over the Paragon. Alright. So first things first is the skills. We're going to start off with Puncture. Put 1 point in Puncture. Enhanced Puncture. And Fundamental Puncture. Then you're going to unlock your core skills. You're going to put 5 points in Twisting Blades, because we're using the Twisting Blades build here. Then Enhanced Twisting Blades and Advanced Twisting Blades. Then you're going to go spend 3 points in Sturdy. This is a passive skill. And then 3 points in Siphoning Strike, so you can heal up a little bit. And we're also going to put 3 points into Stutter Step to get increased movement speed. Then we're going to unlock our agility skills. We're going to put 4 points in Shadow Step, Enhanced Shadow Step, and Disciplined Shadow Step. Then we're going to max out Weapon Mastery to get a damage increase there. Then we come to our Subterfuge skills, and we are going to I think this one was for Subterfuge skills, we're only going to put points into the exploit. We're going to max that out again, another damage increase. Same goes for Malice, for damage increase to vulnerable enemies. Then we're going to come to imbuement skills. We're going to put 3 points into precision imbuement, 3 points in Shadow Crash, and 3 points into consuming shadows. We're going to max out Shadow Imbuement. Again, this is a Shadow build, so Shadow Imbuement is very crucial. It's a must for this build. We're going to go and enhance Shadow Imbuement to have that 15% increased critical strike chance against injured enemies affected by Shadow Imbuement. And we're going to go with mixed Shadow Imbuement so that enemies affected by it take 12% increased non-physical damage from you for 8 seconds. Then we come down to the ultimate skills. Now, at first, it did say to go with Shadow Clone. That's what that said at first, but I was like, well, this is a Shadow one. I did use Shadow Clone before. I didn't really care for it because Shadow Clone just mimics what you do. However, I went with Death Trap because Death Trap is awesome, guys. I mean, look at that. I almost do 8,000 damage just from using this skill, which is phenomenal. So I went with Death Trap. If you want, you can go Shadow Clone. That might be the better option, but I went with Death Trap, and then Prime Death Trap, and Supreme Death Trap. And then I maxed out Aftermath, so you restore 75 energy after using Death Trap. Very, very, very nice. And then Trap Mastery, of course, I put 3 points in that. Again, to get 12% increased critical strike chance against vulnerable enemies. And then for the key passive, I went with Momentum, because your cutthroat skills grant a stack of momentum for 8 seconds if they either hit a stun, dazed, or frozen enemy, hit an enemy from behind. And while at 3 stacks, you get 20% increased energy regeneration and 15% increased movement speed. So momentum was very, very good. I wonder if Victimize might be the better option here, because we're doing vulnerable damage. Or exposure. Exposure might be good too, but we went with momentum. So that was that. We went with momentum. Okay, the Paragon. Now the Paragon board. This is where it gets pretty confusing. So, the first Paragon board, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the right, and we're going to get Rare Node Prime Rare Node here, and you want to buy all the intelligence, either surrounding it or up here somewhere. So that's what we're going to do here for the Prime Rare Node. I did get the bonus, which is a 20% damage, because I met the requirements. So it will tell you to get that bonus the nodes that you need. So in this case I had to get the intelligence nodes to get that bonus, that 20% damage and 4% maximum life. And then you're going to follow that, and you're going to go in here for the glyph socket. Now the reason why I don't have this in here is because I don't have the glyph for this yet, and that glyph is the combat glyph. Let's see if I can find it here. There it is. And I don't have it yet. And it says here that your core skills deal 2% increased critical strike damage for every 5 intelligence. On the additional bonus, skills that critically strike restore 12% of their energy cost. So I did not get the combat rare glyph yet. Until I do, it's going in there. So if you have the combat glyph, that's where it goes on the first Paragon board, and then you're going to go back up here, and you're going to get both of these nodes here. You're going to get skillful, another 20% damage increase and 10 dexterity, and then we want to buy all the intelligence nodes to meet that requirement, and then lawless, you get a little bit of defense there. You get plus 200 armor and another 10 to your dexterity. So you're going to want both of these, and then you're going to make your way up, and you're going to unlock the second Paragon board. And in this case, it was, I believe it was no witnesses or something like that. Whichever board has the legendary node, no witnesses, that's the second board to go with. So with this one, you're gonna go up, and then you're gonna make your way to the left to the knowledge rare node. As you see, I haven't gotten the requirements of this yet. I'm almost there. I just gotta buy all the intelligence nodes on this board to get that. You can unlock it, even though you don't meet the requirements. You can unlock it. You just won't get the bonus until you meet the requirements to get the bonus. You can unlock it, but you won't get the bonus if you haven't met the requirements. Now for this glyph socket, as you can see, I just need one more Paragon level to get in there. With this glyph, you're going to put in exploit. And you can see I have it at level 4 because I've been leveling up by doing Nightmare Dungeons. So the exploit glyph is going to go on there. And the reason why, damage to vulnerable enemies. When an enemy is damaged by you, they take vulnerable they become vulnerable for 3 seconds. This cannot happen more than once every 20 seconds per enemy. So, with that, for every 5 strength purchased within the range of the glyph, I deal 1.4% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. So exploit's going to go on there. And once you get done with that, you're going to make your way to the right, and you'll get the training rare node. And you're going to have to buy strength nodes for this. And once you get that, then you're going to make your way up. I believe you can go either way. Oh, no, you're gonna, once you do this, you're gonna go up and you're gonna go left. And you're gonna go all the way to the ruin node. You get some intelligence from there. 25% damage to healthy enemies. That is phenomenal. And 15% critical strike damage. Plus, you get another 25% damage to healthy enemies if requirements are met. So that's a 50% more damage. 50%. That's going to make us extremely powerful once I get that. And then from there, you're just going to go up and around. And you're going to go and unlock no witnesses. So once we get no witnesses, we're going to get a 30% increased damage. 30%. Yeah, so that's just incredible. And then 10% increased damage for 20 seconds when cast. So I believe that's a total of 40%. So once you get all that, you're just gonna go back down here, and then you're gonna unlock the next one, the next board. And the third Paragon board is going to be Eldritch Bounty. And the fourth Paragon board, or the final one, is going to be Exploit Weakness. So, I got a ways to go if I want to get that far, so that's a lot. That's pretty good. So, that is the ShadowBlade Rogue build. This is Big G, and I will see you in the next video. So long, and have a fantastic day.